Let's do the Monday Club.
That's not the lyrics.
It's just a vomit to the left.
Hello, we're live.
Hello, everyone. It's great to see you. I hope I find you well. The sound of coughing and dying is the cupboard monkey, who will be disappearing in a moment when she's made the comments full screen.
I'm so sorry.
It's really great. Sorry, through this cacophony.
It's allergy season.
She was fine until she hit go live.
There's nothing better than watching a live stream come on and then being immediately the
Bombarded.
microphone destroyed with the dulcet sounds of a Geordie lass coughing herself to death.
Yeah, there we go.
Amazing.
Anywho, it's great to see you all. Wow, that
chatters and
the chatter's going really. I need to name check somebody actually. They sent a PayPal.me last week, and I need to thank them personally. Zoe, if you leave the room,
I'm going to pass this to you.
She's done.
So Mark Wilson very
down
generously
there.
sent £10 on PayPal.me last week and says, "Sorry I'm late. I've been visiting the year 1969.
The Monday Clubber is never late, Toto Wagons. I think I've come down with the same cold that Zoe has. No, dearie.
It's great to see you. Summer Breeze, Mother Railway, John and Holly, Stevie Film, Santec, Rick Morley, Flymer Chairman 1, Growler Back, Engaged Layout, Mike Lane, TT120, Caroline Rogers, Hillside Junction, Peter Jackson, Chili Heath, DJK 666, Rick Morley, Tim's Model Railways and Different Videos, Timothy Kynard, Tanith Veluka, SR Signalman. I always read that as SRS. JL Railways, RG Models 86, Patrick Ling, Marcus Muggins, howdy to you. Awesome Bricks, greetings all. YouTubers are only in it for the toasters and caps.
Damn right.
Yeah. We're here for the free gear. No, but in all seriousness, obviously we've got Iron Horse here.
To run VT, but I'll see you later, guys.
Oh, yeah. So, first of all, let's...
Run a TV. Or VT.
VT.
TB. Tuberculosis.
Welcome to the Monday Club, your online model rail club for all the news, gossip, layout tours and more, with your host, broadcaster and model maker, Jennifer Kirk.
The Monday Club is proudly sponsored by TMC, the Model Centre. Check them out at themodelcentre.com. The website features extensive stocks of new models as well as selective pre-owned items where you can track down that bargain you've always wanted. Pre-order with confidence all of the forthcoming models from all the manufacturers. TMC also offer a renumbering and renaming service so you can get the exact identity of locomotive that you want. Why not also check out their value weathering, or go for something incredibly special with their bespoke service where you can choose from a more extensive weathered look right through to custom graffiti either off the peg or to a design of your choice. Check out TMC today at themodelcentre.com and start your model journey. Welcome back. It's great to see you and I hope you find you well. It's the Monday Club and this reprobate is Iron Horse and we're here to talk about YouTubers.
Not available in Japan.
A lot of
YouTubers.
Yeah, I think. See you later. I think a lot of YouTubers' ears might be burning. So
Two Ubers.
So two Ubers.
Two Ubers.
That's us. So basically, what was our topic? I've forgotten already.
The topic is a small nutty chocolate bar with caramel and nuts in it.
Are influencers and YouTubers bad for the hobby? Not YouTube itself.
Oh, Jen, YouTubers.
It's not me. It's
Obvious wench.
Oh, I thought that was you.
Oh,
Oh, is it what the monkey left behind? Oh. Oh dear. I'm afraid the monkey has been bubbling. Anyway, so what was the topic again?
The topic is a small chocolate bar with nuts, specifically hazelnuts and nougat, or nugget if you common.
It's nugget.
And caramel. It's
Okay.
delicious. Actually, where have topics gone? You can't find them anymore.
I think they're discontinued. Yeah. Anywho, what are we talking about tonight?
Absolute nonsense.
Thing
Car
about
model railway YouTubers, specific or influencers, having a negative effect on the hobby. Now, I have recently released a video on my channel, which you can go and watch after the
funny
stream.
that, yeah, it came out 4 o'clock today.
But it's a good. I think it's a good because you go on Facebook or you go on any social media website or forum, and you'll constantly see someone spouting off saying, "I don't watch Jenny because she's too positive," or "I don't watch Einhorst because
she gets free stuff. Oh, she's just shilling for the manufacturers."
Yeah, and it just gets a little bit green.
No, but I think the problem is my opinion,
and that's what it is, isn't it? It's an opinion.
Yeah, definitely. But my opinion is actually that this day and age, we've never had it so good. And actually, the models are generally pretty good.
And that's the thing, isn't it? This is what I'm saying to you. It's not 1994 anymore, is it? It's not 1994.
I'm trying to think what models were out in 1994.
I mean...
And that's before Bachmann became a thing in the UK.
I get it that people want a rounded review. And people, and this is the negative bias again, people are almost expecting to say something negative about it. But genuinely, when you're faced with reviewing a new model, honestly, there is rarely anything worth kicking and screaming about. And it becomes genuinely difficult.
Yeah, you sit there and it's like, well, this is nice. Oh, they got that. I really like this. And it's like, how do you... you almost feel shady trying to find little, little insignificant things. It's like, well, I'll just latch onto the fact that there's no spring in the buffers and just like go, oh, this is total BS.
Yeah,
How
and
dare
the fan in the roof isn't spinning at the correct RPMs.
No. And it's running on slightly narrow gauge... Oh, no, we never mentioned that.
And you're sort of clutching at straws because you know there are folks out there that fully expect to see something negative because nothing's perfect. We all know that nothing's perfect.
Yeah.
And right, but there's a difference between something not being perfect and something being bad.
And I think, I've also seen one of the other little chestnuts is I only bother listening to YouTubers who buy their own review samples. And like the thing is, what you've got to understand is that there's other ways to make money on YouTube, and one of them is controversy. YouTube is full of controversy because people go, "Oh, dashcam crashes,
drama,
drama llama has arrived."
Yeah, exactly.
But no, nobody goes on YouTube. There's loads of dashcam videos, and people make a beeline for like crashes, smashes, road rage, all this kind of stuff. Nobody goes there and go, I really want to watch an hour of perfect driving where people all use mirror signal manoeuvre.
Actually, can I just say, there is...
but
because I used to be a riding instructor, there is actually one or two YouTubers out there that do like really good driving demonstrations, and I have actually sat there and watched someone drive perfectly for,
and I bet
for like 40 minutes.
But do they have like 10 million views?
They've got cameras on the feet, on the hands, and it's like, oh yeah, mirrors, and I'm splendid driving. Well done, dear boy. It's perfect.
Let's say hello to Mixed Trains. We got Mike at Putnam Junction, Richard Knowles, Sarah Davis says, is anyone going to buy something they don't want though? Well, I looked.
Oh my God, Christ!
If you see him, get. Oh,
this is better than drugs. What? I can see time and smell colour. 4-foot snake. That's amazing.
They actually suit you, but however, they suit me better.
That's amazing, isn't it? Oh Christ! I've gone back to normal vision now.
They are varifocals.
Oh.
I'm afraid Grandma needs her varifocals.
How are you allowed to drive? Grief.
Arguably quite well with...
I can see back in time.
James Pett says, I can see time and smell colour.
Yes, I can now.
He suggests that as a good T-shirt. Oh. Now, Anthony Hill says, every time Peachy and Mike Lane do videos about TT120, I'm skint. I blame YouTube. Zantek says, Craig, I like to watch driving videos from time to time, especially long ones.
See, they help me go to sleep sometimes. As
I
well.
like long ones where the Arkansas State Police are involved, because those videos don't end until the perp gets power slammed into the blacktop.
Nice. I always enjoy a good power slam on an evening. Very good.
Yeah, and it's like, it's even funnier when it turns out they've got the wrong car.
But just speaking of cars, can we swerve briefly back onto topic just for a moment if we can?
Yeah, but it's like drama gets views, and views get other monetary rewards.
Yep.
So it swings and roundabouts. You have to ask yourself that if there's no obvious product, then actually you as the viewer are the product.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And when you have and I will say obligation, when you develop a relationship with a manufacturer or a third party, and it's reciprocal, i.e. they send you content for your channel, and then you review that content, that's fine. There does become not symbiotic, but there does become almost like an obligation, not to necessarily give a gleaming 5-star blindsided review, but if a manufacturer were to send you a piece of rolling stock or a model which isn't really in your wheelhouse or your viewers' wheelhouses, but you still have to review it. And then that then becomes work because you've no interest in it. And I mentioned this in my video. I would never review something that I wouldn't go out and buy.
Can I also just say that people think that like I go to bed at night sat on a huge great big pile of freebie review samples, and actually a lot of them have to be given back, or they're doing a round robin. So you get ones where
wheels falling off.
Yeah, you get the one after the magazines, because I'm low down the pecking order. And the other thing I noticed, there's a little bit of snootiness towards YouTubers, like how dare YouTubers even dream about making a few pence an hour for their labours? And yet, does anybody say like, "Oh, I don't read Railway Modeler because they got sent review samples. They should have paid for theirs." It doesn't happen.
It doesn't, and you're right. And I think people have sort of got the wrong end of the stick, which, let's face it, for people on the internet, that wouldn't exactly be the first time that's happened, would it?
There's a stick and there's people
not
finding the wrong end and clinging on for dear life.
It's not about having, is this model good or bad? It's an opportunity for you as a consumer, as a viewer, as whatever, to look at, have a first look, a personal up-close look. For example, let's just take this random wagon here from Atlas. This isn't if this was a brand new tube model, this would be an opportunity to have a look at it. Look at how it runs, how it moves.
Or for certain YouTubers, to slate the living daylights out.
It's like if I pick this up and break a rail and go, "Oh, the quality's terrible because the rails have fallen off in my
hand." Look at that! It doesn't stand up to being beaten with a baseball bat.
That's not the same as the model being bad. If you've ham-fistedly smashed it into the floor, it's not the same. And it's just...
I don't know. I think, and in this day and age as well, maybe there's sort of a case of a little bit of sensory overload. Back in the good old days, you had 3, 4, maybe 5 magazines, and that was your source of all your information. You had to wait for the next month's issue, and if it wasn't featured in there, you have to wait for the next month. So things seem to be a lot more sedately. There wasn't as well this sensationalised of new models, get the newest, shiniest thing. And I think in some respects there's this, new things lead the headlines. And how many times have we seen a new model announced to great fanfare, and then the following week nobody's talking about it because the next new model has been announced, and then you get
we're constantly living in the what's next rather than the now or what is.
And when you look at collection, I mean, if anybody had this kind, I keep looking over there because there's a wall of stuff on show.
The waterfall of locals.
And it's like, anybody in, like, say, the 1980s or 1990s who had this kind of collection would be like, I think you've got a problem there, mate. But now it's like, I've not even got a big collection compared to a lot of people.
That's another good point, Jen, is I don't understand how people can say, I'm being priced out of the hobby. How can you be priced out of a hobby which does not require you to go out and buy the latest and greatest?
Yeah.
You can still be a railway modeler and not spend 400 quid on a brand new 200 unit.
Yeah, you're
like you've just said, Jen.
Yeah, railway modelling mojo is not defined by how much you can spend. Yeah, I call it checkbook modelling. Yes, you can throw money at your hobby, and if you have that money to throw at it, then you'll have all the nice toys. But actually, in many respects, sometimes the fun of the hobby is going out and finding the bargains, second-hand things. You know, and that's why on this channel I love to do bargain hunt videos to show people just what there is out there. And, you know, when I come back from a show and I think all these people moaning like, oh, this hobby's got too expensive, and it's like, well, what? Were you at the same show as me? Because I went round and there was plenty of really good deals. Not just on second hand. Sometimes you can get incredible deals on new stuff. I mean,
slow moving new stuff. Yeah, and that's probably because, like you said before, people are always after the newest thing. They're always after the latest tooling, and then if that's how you get your enjoyment from the hobby, fine, that's fine. But you will never be satisfied.
James Pets says you have a huge collection. Yeah. Harp Household says I think there are good, bad, and ugly YouTubers. I hope you don't think I'm an ugly one. Tonight we have the good and the ugly, but not the bad.
Yeah, Gandalf's downstairs at the minute.
Yeah, the cupboard monkey is bubbling elsewhere. Thank goodness. Bally's 56XX says I just got a Gauge Master Prodigy Advance 2 and Wi-Fi module for 200 quid. And the thing is, that'll last you for a long, long time. DJ Sarah Hall says I love toy fairs, bought many a model and quality items at a good price. And yeah, that's the thing. You don't have to keep up with the Joneses. It's like I always find it amusing that people are like, I must have a brand new car every 2 years on finance, and it's like you know, you end up just hemorrhaging money, but you got the latest piece of bling. You know,
it's almost like you're right. It's like a combination of fear of missing out and needing that latest piece of bling, isn't it? Like the keeping up with the Joneses.
Yeah, it's like, I must have the new BMW Golden Cock 4000. Otherwise, I am a nobody.
The Golden what, sorry?
The Golden Cock 4000. Yes, Valley's 56XX says, I have a 1993 car and I'm very happy with it. I've got a Volvo 850 from 1996 and I love that car. So, you know, it turns out if you look after a vehicle and just maintain it and, you know, when things go wrong, you fix them, they last a very long time. Yeah. It does make you wonder, where are all the old vehicles gone?
And people, tin cans and iPhones.
Thrown them away because like, oh, I need the latest thing.
Richard Brighton says he loves his Helion, I think is how
Helion.
If you ask Google how to spell it, it says Helion. He loves his Helion Class 47, and he doesn't care.
Yeah,
a lot of people say
and actually, there's some good deals on the Helion Class 47s. There's some good deals out there. Yeah. And you know what? You know, when people moan about, oh, this rivet shelter thing, oh, that's 4 microns too narrow, and then you think, well, you know, if that had been what had come out in 1990, you would have been over the moon. It's like, look at this. It makes the absolute garbage everybody else is making, blows it out. And, you know, and then when you take it home and run it around on
a piece of plywood,
piece of chipboard with dyed bright luminous green sawdust for grass, and it's like perspective.
Well, it's like if you look at the Acura Scale Deltic, for example, it's a really nice model, and you compare it with like the Hornby one, which is essentially the old Lima one. The old Lima one's 2 foot shorter.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like an inch shorter.
I mean, I remember people raving about the Lima Class 37.
Yeah.
And if you looked at the windscreens on it, it's like
2 foot deep. But back then,
and it's the wrong shape. But
exactly.
it was far better than what had gone before. And I think people lose perspective on that. That actually, these are really nice models. All of them are really nice models. Everything is really nice. And yes, Harp Household, I know you didn't mean the cupboard monkey was the bad. No. I meant the bad was some of the other YouTubers.
But of course, as YouTubers, if we point out these flaws, we've got an agenda. Or we're on the payroll. We can't just do it because we like doing this.
And it's almost like, I think, you know, with the internet, we started to get people trying to scam, trying to pull a fast one. And we're now at a point where I think everybody now just assumes there's a hidden agenda. Everybody's trying to pull a fast one. Raymond Anthony 127 says, what are we talking about?
The weather. Whether or not YouTubers spoil things for people in the hobby.
Yeah.
Are they on the... do the reviews then make it come untrustworthy? Are they on an agenda?
Did people enjoy the hobby more before YouTube? You know, when it was a case of you actually... You know, you went into your model railway room and you just got on with the hobby, and you know, your information came from... You probably... Maybe you got a particular magazine every month.
Your actual physical
you
club,
might have been
perhaps?
a member of a club, so you know, you get there, you just talk trains and pick up skills and such that way. You know, were people actually happier then, even though the quality of the models, because obviously the technology has moved on, might not have been anywhere near as good as what we've got now?
You're onto something there, Jen. I think there is a massively double-edged sword.
Yeah, and actually, talking the double-edged sword, Anthony says YouTube is a source of information to help a lot of people out too. And that's the thing. I mean, I remember in the 1990s, if you wanted to know how to ballast track, if you couldn't find somebody who would show you or tell you, it's very difficult. And I can remember some of the magazines being quite elitist about this. And I cancelled my Railway Modeler subscription. I think it must have been the late 1990s. There was an editorial about how, we don't believe that modern image is our thing. And by modern image, they basically meant everything after 1968. But then there was an article in the magazine, and it's going, we ballasted the track in the tried and tested Pritchard-Smith method, as outlined in the August 1956 copy. And I'm like...
That whole sentence was beige.
Yeah.
The whole sentence
and
was
it was
beige.
like, all I could think was, just tell me how you did it. I need to know how you did it. And there wasn't YouTube to
James
go and...
Petts has just made a very good point. Building on what you just said, video is a very good way of demonstrating that. Rather than listen to a beige man talk about this is the 1947 issue of railway pedantism. You'll see, as per Nigel Flasworth, there's a second method of balancing.
Yeah, as they say, if a picture's worth 1,000 words, then a video is worth 1,000 pictures.
Yeah.
And absolutely, I mean, when I was rebuilding parts of my Volvo, you got the Haynes manual, and basically the Haynes manual was written from the point of view of assuming you knew what you were doing and didn't need the Haynes manual. And I found a guy on YouTube in America, it's actually called Robert DIY, and you just have a quick short, like 5-minute video, and it cut through the crap and just showed you how to do what you were trying to do.
The Growler Blackwood Engage makes a good point. The trick is to avoid becoming a hostage to YouTube. Yes, that is a very...
Yeah, and how many people...
problem.
And I think this applies to social media in general. How many people think, I'll just watch a couple of videos before bed. 4 hours later, you're there under the duvet, bathed in the glow of whatever rabbit hole the YouTube is taking you down. And what you've got to remember is that social media, all the social media, it makes its money by encouraging you to spend longer and longer and longer there. So if it has naughty little ways of pulling you in, and that's why it will promote videos that have drama and conflict. Because actually, lots of people go, I need to see how this turns out.
Exactly.
And from YouTube's point of view, or Facebook's point of view, it's like, well, you came to the site and you stayed here noodling your way through videos for the next 4 hours. So clearly, whatever we served up to you will give you more of the same. And you end up in a rabbit hole.
It is easy to see why people would think that social media is ruining the hobby, but like you said, it's all about how you take it. And if you look at it objectively, like James Pett said, it's a great way of learning things. And yes, everything is an opportunity for education, which is why I believe if you look at a content creator like myself, Charlie at Chadwick, big up Charlie, if you watch him, mate, love you. He's just done a really good video actually about his outtakes and bloopers. And I think that's really good because it shows that however good Charlie Chadwick is at modelling, he's still a human. Yeah. And it shows, and I think that comes through on the content. You can tell when someone's enjoying what they're doing and they believe in the content rather than just doing it for the end result.
Raymond Anthony 127 says, YouTube is a double-edged sword when it comes to the hobby. There are those who are very helpful and passionate. Hello. But there are also those who are know-it-alls, who act like they're better than others. Chris Eden Green says the benefits YouTube... Oh, sorry, it's just about to go off the top. Let me scroll that back. The benefits YouTubers bring are there, but like every kind of platform and medium, it's just a case of sieving out the toxic ones. The trouble is that it only takes one bad apple to ruin everything.
That's a very valid point from Chris. That is an incredibly valid point. And the issue is, if one bad apple falls from the tree, it will rot on the ground and affect everything around it. So if you only watch YouTube a little bit and you see one or two people constantly being negative about a certain brand,
yeah, it's like, look at this, it's garbage. Look, it's broken again.
Yeah.
And
that will then become it's like an echo chamber.
Yeah, it's like, oh, well, I won't buy Hellion because my favourite YouTuber always gets ones that just fall apart.
What a load of wet talk.
Yeah.
What a load of wet talk. The Hellion Class 02 is a beautiful little model. I've got 3 Class 17s. One of them is a little bit noisy because the gear train's a bit tight, but the other 2, quiet as anything. And I've got a Class 33.
I've got about 7 or 8 of the Class 07s, and they're really good. Class 05 Shunter, one of the best.
Same here, yeah, agreed.
And actually, the Class 25s, I mean, they're not the best Class 25 in the market, but they're actually at a very, very favourable price, and they're not a bad model.
Exactly. And for us to highlight that isn't a bias.
I also like the Class 16s. Actually, there's a lot of good Hellion models. The more we talk about it, the more I think, there's this model as well.
Hellion have some weird stuff, but it's the North British 18,000, whatever it is, that little American...
The 10800,
that's a fantastic little model.
That was the demonstrator, was it brush traction demonstrator?
That's right, yeah.
James Pett says, Jenny's video was very good for explaining how to get into them. Yeah, that's for the Class 15s. And that's one of the things I always try to do. When I do a video, I review stuff, but to be honest, it always cracks me up. People go, oh, you're just so positive. You're clearly shilling. It's like, well, tell you what, turn the sound off. Just watch the pretty pictures and make up your own mind. And, can't say fairer than that. Look at the pictures, and that's what a lot of YouTube videos actually show you. If you can't stand what the person's talking about, turn the sound off and just look at the pictures, because... that will give you a pretty good idea of what the model's going to be like. Or actually, get off your bottom, go down your local model shop and have a look at them in person.
You mean go out in the real world?
Yes.
Actually, that is one thing I will say about Hellion. Some of the early stuff, getting the bodies off could be a bit of a struggle.
Class 15.
But it has really improved. The Class 02 couldn't be any easier to open, to be honest with you. It's 3 screws, and that third one doesn't even really need to be there. So they are getting there with it.
Edwin Models Lifestyle Unleashed says, on the flip side, people trying to promote themselves and seek self-promotion through clickbait and negative content. They are self-serving and hurt the hobby.
Yep.
I won't read the last bit again. Name somebody.
Where we're looking?
There. Andrew Bettis, everyone is entitled to their own opinion. Absolutely. All are biased. It's impossible not to be, but the best ones admit they are biased, and their opinions are not necessarily fact. It's an opinion.
I'm pretty sure I did the exact same thing last time I did a review, but there we are.
Harp House Holt says, YouTube has sound? Number of people are, you're really quiet. I turned my speakers all the way down and now you're really quiet. And also, can I just say, don't forget the Monday Club wagons. Please, please buy them. I want rid of them. So I'm sure somebody will share a link. But talking about people having an agenda trying to sell stuff, we can't do the next batch of Monday Club wagons until we get rid of the current ones. So please do go and check them out. If you haven't got one, do go and get one of the Monday Club Minitatus Quarries tank cars. They're the rec tank type model. Or if you're an O-gauge modeler, we've got an absolutely stunning open wagon, which is actually, I really do like it. I know it's expensive.
Monday Club Coal Society, you can see.
Monday Club Coal Society. Do make sure you grab them. And we've got a low stock warning on the Monday Club badges. We're down to, I think the monkey said about 30, and 30 doesn't last that long. So if you haven't got your Monday Club badge and are not yet enjoying the unique in-person shopping bargains that they open the door to at quite a few different retailers, do check out the website for full details. then do go and grab it. I know a lot of people have been trying to get every colour. I think if you see us at shows, we have found, I think there's probably about 8 or 9 green ones. For some reason, we're in the bottom of a box.
Stashed away.
So if you see us at a show, we're not going to sell them through the website. There's not enough to make it work. But if you see us at shows and say, can I have the previous one? Then there is an opportunity to buy a green one if you don't already have one. But
Camry Rails has a good point. He goes,
come
however,
read.
I've also met a few amazing and kind creators, both big and small, who truly enrich. Oh, but yeah, and that's the thing. You don't need to have 100,000 subscribers to make worthwhile content. Some of the people I follow have got 1,000 subscribers, 2,000 like me, 3.5. Jenny, 25,000. You're 25,000 now.
Nearly 26,000. But Valley's 56XX says, I have a Minith Tatters tank wagon on my layout and it looks great. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, Flymo Chairman 1, for sharing the links.
Mine's got a rusty hole on it.
Oh. Cymru Rail says, as someone who's recently started on YouTube and unfortunately had a negative experience with a large creator, so sorry to hear that. I hope it wasn't me. I've seen firsthand that some toxic individuals definitely aren't good for the hobby. I think, unfortunately, we were talking about this before the show. Those people who have a genuine interest in the hobby, and and Charlie's a great example of this.
Absolutely.
Charlie Bishop at Chadwick Model Road. I know he does watch. He doesn't tend to comment because
he's got his bag of Werthers on the go.
yeah, it's just ding. No, seriously, Charlie is such a nice guy.
He is,
and he's got time for everyone, but he's so passionate about the hobby that essentially you know full well that even if he didn't have a camera pointed at him, he'd still be doing those things because he genuinely loves what he's doing. And that always comes across in the videos. Absolutely. If you've got people who just basically decided, I will be a big name YouTuber, then it doesn't quite work.
No.
If you don't fully understand
the interest, can you?
Yeah, and if you don't have a genuine love of the hobby, it's very, very difficult. And I think, unfortunately, there's also this obsession with fame that everybody wants to be a big YouTuber or whatever. It used to be when I was young. It was just like, I'm gonna do like TV or acting or whatever. That was it. Or start a band was a big thing in the 90s. Yeah, start a band. I know 3 chords.
This is my band.
Yeah.
My band, Droopy Turnip.
Yeah, fistful of sock.
Yeah.
And I think as well, there's some people, it's like they want to be famous, but they don't quite have a plan of how to get there.
Being famous shouldn't be the end goal, really, should it?
No, it shouldn't. You should do this because you want to do, like, the hobby. Yeah. And it just happens to be that you're sharing it with other people. And that's, to be honest, that's how I started.
When I look at some of these channels, and they've got, like, some of the really big channels, like 200,000 subscribers, 2 million subscribers. And I couldn't imagine that needing a whole team to produce my content for me, because that just...
Who's doing that?
Oh, there's some of these channels that got like 1 million subscribers. There's one called, is it a girl? She does animations, Jaden Animations or something. She's like,
well, thing like Mr. Beast is like, it's pretty much a TV company.
Yeah, but I'm not a fan of that.
Griffey says, to be fair, only knowing 3 chords never did status quo anyhow. To be honest, if you've heard one status quo song, you've pretty much heard them all. It's like, hold on, this is just Caroline, but in a different key and different lyrics.
Do you know what you're proposing?
What, status quo songs all being the same?
You're proposing.
That could be any status quo song.
Let's search the comments for clues, Jen. What's going on?
What? Got no clues, no suspects. Zantex says, I have the flirt coming soon.
And Simon Tradesman always, if you want to do it to become famous, you're not going to get that successful, to be honest. Do it because you love it.
Yeah, to be honest, if you're going to get famous, model railways is probably not the best way.
It's a niche corner anyway.
Yeah.
So, in the grand scheme of YouTube, we are both tiny channels. I am minuscule, you're small. Because the channels out there with 100,000 subscribers, 500,000, 2 or 3 million, they're huge. And model railways is such a unique and niche little thing. So, it's all very relative, I suppose, isn't it, in a way?
Yeah, and I think it's something that I learned when I was doing local radio, was that I can remember starting doing stuff with local radio, and there were presenters there. They were like old school BBC. They were at the point where they were coming up to retirement, and they were just sort of eking it out. But I can remember one guy took me under his wing, and he said, when you talk to that microphone, it's not about thinking, oh, I've got like 40,000 people watching this right now, listening to this right now. He says, if you do that, you'll go to pieces. What you've got to do is, it's like you're talking to one person, and it's almost like a friendship thing. And I think a lot of people, when they watch videos, what they have is that friend who is showing them how to do things. And I think that is, in part, some of the secret about producing engaging content.
Absolutely, that connectivity.
Yeah, it's not about like, hey YouTube, how you doing? And like, I hate fake stuff like that. But it's, when you're talking to somebody as an equal, as a friend, then I think that is how you produce very engaging content.
Building on that, Mark Waitman says, I think all YouTubers are enthusiasts of a hobby. I respectfully disagree with you there, Mark. I don't think that is the case at all. I'm not going to mention names, but if people care to look hard enough, there are people out there that are clearly only interested in one thing, and that is not sharing their hobby. It is not. Again, no names. We're not calling people out.
It's a lot of people in there trying to guess the status quo track. I'll give you a clue. All of them, apart from pictures of matchstick men, which I don't know. I think they were smoking something, because that's very different from any of the others. You Shunt says, evening folks, evening to you.
You what?
Yeah, I know. There's some very creative screen
You absolute
names.
shunt.
Yeah. Oswestry Road TMD, hello to you. There's no Gandalf in at the moment. Gandalf has gone to nurse the monkey back to health. Gandalf has a spell. It's a casting protection from bubbly farts. So he's keeping an eye on stuff. Cymru Rail says, don't worry, Jenny, it wasn't you. It's someone who isn't actually on YouTube, but is a large creator. Oh. Right, fair enough. I must admit, actually, I've met a lot of people from film and TV, and you never quite know what somebody who you get very familiar with them through watching their work, but you never quite know what they're going to actually be like.
You don't actually know them.
Yeah, yeah.
You know the personality of the TV.
And actually, I've done stuff where I've come across people who, some people rave at, oh, they're the greatest, and you get there and they're just basically ignorant as anything, and they'll sit in their trailer and play on their PlayStation, and won't eat with any of the rest of the cast and crew, and are just awkward divas. And then you get other people who are just like really just great people, and you can hang out with them, go down the pub, they've always got time for you, and just, like, you just get on like a house on fire. And you wouldn't know from watching the TV or the films to know what that person's like in real life.
Harp households have never met your heroes, yeah?
Yeah,
to a degree.
I would say yes. I mean, there are, with some of the stuff I've done, it becomes inevitable that you're going to
strip off because I'm very warm.
Are you? Oh, so you should have come dressed like me. I've got the twins out on patrol today, because I knew it was going to be hot.
You got the twins out, like and subscribe.
This one here wanted me to write in permanent marker, like and subscribe.
How good would that have been?
Oh yeah,
like
can you imagine that? Walking into town tomorrow wearing a low-cut top with like and subscribe on there.
Or just have like a QR code on there so people can like scan it and go, that's for later, and then it'll say to the YouTube channel. You're not thinking fourth dimensionally, Jen.
So hold on, so you think a woman would like somebody coming up with their smartphone? Hello, you. Click.
We all know it doesn't matter. We all know it doesn't matter what a woman thinks anyway, so it doesn't matter really.
Right. Anywho. Right. Sarah Davis says, "Are you going to click the like button?" Easy. But also, yeah, everybody do remember to hit that like button, and don't forget, share the stream as well. So on social media.
Can they ring your bell? If they ring a bell, ring a bell. And you get notifications when this one puts out some content.
Yeah, well, same as like you. I'm sure everybody got notifications.
Not enough people ring my bell.
Craig's having a moan on the internet.
My bell often remains ringed.
Mark Wilson says,
right.
evening, just back from 1962. I did thank you at the beginning of the stream, but if you were in 1962, you might have missed it. But thank you so much. I keep trying to remember the right hand actions. Wax in the DeLorean. Thank you so much for your PayPal.me last week. It was incredibly generous.
Matt Wilson recently apologised to me on a post.
Did he? Why?
Well, I was just commenting on how really nice his depot. Was it your depot layout, Mark? And I says
his stuff is
talking
amazing.
about the Class 14. That's right. He just got some.
Yes,
Class 14.
I saw your
and it was
comment.
a lovely look. And Mark goes, "I'm terribly sorry, Craig. I don't actually run trains." I'm like, "You don't need to apologise, mate. You're clearly a modeller. It looks fantastic. You don't need to actually run them, but you clearly have that passion." When we were speaking about earlier, you can tell Mark is really into the hobby and he loves modelling. You can't fake that, and that is I think the key thing to remember when you're looking at content. Look for the genuality. Genuality? Is that a word? What? Not genuine, that's ridiculous. Genuality.
Yeah.
Authenticity.
Authenticity.
Oh,
wait a minute, I've forgotten to press any buttons.
Press the button. Press the authenticity button. Ding dong. There we go.
Yeah.
Press the authenticity.
Oh, hold on. Hold on.
It's all gone black.
Oh, hello. Oh, what?
Oh, Jen, you've messed it up.
Oh, no, it's
what's she done
broken.
now? She's pressed the buttons again.
No. Hit the lever. Yeah, Robert Llewellyn. He's a great guy, actually.
He's not the guy that please Crichton.
But sir, Space Corps Director.
He's a
31548. She.
I need to watch Red Dwarf again now. The good ones, not the new ones.
Yes.
Proper Red Dwarf.
I haven't actually met Robert
Not Red
Llewellyn.
Dave.
I've met Chris Barry. I did meet and Craig Charles.
You alright, mate?
Hey, calm down,
Did he
calm
phlegm
down.
upon you with a little puddingness?
What's in the news, says Alan Pollock.
We haven't looked, have we?
Can I just say, Hornby TT120 announcements are coming on Wednesday, and I have been sent the list, so I know.
Can we have a whisper? Whisper to me.
No, because we'll let it slip, and I'll get in a lot of trouble, and then Hornby won't like me anymore. But
Class 47. Oh, Class 47. Is it actually Class 47? Because you look very worried when I said Class 47.
No. You probably would never guess, but there is a standout announcement. I think that for TT120 modelers, there's one particular thing on the list that caught my eye, and that's all I'm going to say. But it's definitely going to be incredibly popular.
Anthony says, Johnny, how good does the list look? Now, he's not asking what's on it, but is it a good list?
Is that like a knowing nudge, nudge, wink, wink?
Kind of.
It's. Can I just say there's one thing that stood out incredibly, head and shoulders above everything else.
The price tag.
No, I haven't actually seen the price tags. But I'm gonna say there's one thing that really caught my eye. And I'm not a TT120 modeler. I can appreciate it. I do have a few bits and pieces knocking about. It is a lovely scale, but there's a new model coming which I think is potentially a game changer. 060 trains. Hi guys, greeting from Latvia. Hello.
I don't know the Latvian for hello, but hello.
Neither do I.
Yekshimish.
That sounded like a bit of noise.
I don't know.
So what have I missed? Says you shouldn't. Not a lot.
Not
a lot. Iron Horse is a bad influence on you. Says it's just gone off the top.
I'm a bad influence on you, but I make the show good. Apparently.
Michael Sarsfield said Iron Horse is a bad influence on you, Jenny, but making the show a good show as opposed to the usual garbage.
I think it's the sort of time of year where the model railway world sort of slows down. It's summer, people are going outside and getting vitamin D.
Valleys 56XX says, I did voiceovers in the edit suite with him when I did the science bits for series 6, 7 and 8. Ooh, somebody's worked on Red Dwarf. I must Harp Household says Craig just ordered a red dwarf cat from Temu. Knowing Temu, it will just have a picture of a real red dwarf.
Yeah.
So that's some kind of astronomical.
You can't say that anymore. You've got to say small person now. A painted red.
The small rouge one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Red Dwarf. Started watching from. I just caught series 2, and I remember series 3 was where everything kicked off in my school.
It's great. I
Yeah.
love Red Dwarf.
Yeah. Space Corps Directive 3. Oh. So I got there's
I
Duff.
don't remember that one.
Yeah. It's probably on one of the Speg Ups tapes.
I'm trying to think what else is in the news.
Oh, Scrap Heap Challenge, Valley's 56XX. Now, funny enough, I never met Robert Llewellyn, but oh, what's his name? Oh, his name's just gone. I can say the Tash, Dick Strawbridge. Dick Strawbridge, who was also a main fixture of pretty much every series of Scrap Heap Challenge. I actually got on really well with him.
Yeah.
To this point where I still very occasionally I do not want to wear out this very, very arm's length friendship and ruin it by going, would you mind sodding off, please? But I occasionally send him an email and he will reply.
Oh.
I actually also have, well, I have his mobile phone number as it was in 2017 on my mobile, and I've never dared to ring it or send it a text.
I wouldn't.
Because he gave it to me and he said, look, if any problems, give me a call. But that was in the context of the TV series I was working with him on. And I've never, ever dared to call that number
I
since.
think if you rang him, you go, who?
Here you go. Who are you? Who's this? But yeah, Dick Strawbridge looks like real life Zoidberg, says Retro Rabbit. No, Dick Strawbridge is a great guy, and he was immense fun. Who? Sorry,
Dick Strawberry. I'm going to Google him.
You didn't even know who the Lightning Seeds were. Oh, Let's Make Tracks Railway Music says I upvote TT120 Monday Club Wagon. We're not doing any more Monday Club Wagons until the present ones are sold, so you'll need to get them bought. I think there's only about 25 of the 001s left. We need them sold so we can get straight on. Valley's 56XX says, bet Dick doesn't live in a dumpster. No, he lives in a very nice French chateau. And yes, he is the ex-army guy on Scrap Heap. The weird thing is that because I don't watch TV, generally speaking, when I work...
There?
Yeah, that's Dick Strawbridge. He is an absolutely great chap. Penis-shaped strawberry. Why is that?
Dick Strawberry.
Why did you put that? Oh,
I thought his name was Dick Strawberry.
No, Dick
Can I show people that?
Strawbridge.
Can I show
No, Strawbridge. No, because I vaguely know the guy. He might watch this, and then I'll get awkward questions.
I thought it was Dick Strawberry.
Yeah.
Dick Strawberry.
It's not Dick Strawberry.
Look at that tash. You could sweep up with that thing.
That is a tash you can trust. I know where to stop
If you want a good laugh, Google Dick Strawberry.
Yeah, Anthony says, don't look at Craig's search history. What the hell? No! Stop it!
I'm showing people
Stop
that.
it!
It's only a strawberry.
Will you stop looking for dodgily shaped strawberries? Anyway, what else is in the news?
I don't know. Apparently, in real railway news, something happened to Blue Peter recently. There was an issue with it when it was getting water or something. It's all just been rebuilt.
Blue Peter?
Yeah, the steam engine.
Well, Janet Ellis come back or something? I had to stop and think. Then it's been a long time since I watched Blue Peter. Janet Ellis, Karen Keating, and Peter Duncan, and it was the guy who got caught up in all of the sex scandals, but he started out on Blue Peter. John Leslie, there we go, John Leslie in his kilt. Right.
Oh, just because there was fires on the moors and that. There were,
Oh, right,
that's
yeah.
all it was.
Janet Ellis, of course, mother of Sophie Ellis Bextor. There
No,
you
I know
go.
that.
Yeah.
But you see what's in the news, and it's that time of year where things are slowing down. I mean, we've got the not Great Electrician Show, we've got the Key Model World Live at the end of July. Christ, I'm at it. End of April. I'm going to be there with work. I don't know if you're going, Jenny.
What's this at the end of April? What?
Key Model World Live.
Oh, yes. I'll be going for a day.
Yes.
Hopefully, all going well. But really looking forward to it, actually. Key Model World Live was really good last year. It's in a different hall this year. I think last year it was in Hall 11, which was great if you were driving because it was a quick walk from the car park. Not so great if you arrived by train because it was a long walk. Now they're in, I think last week Jonathan said Hall 2.
Right.
Is that the same hall that the
Hall 2, yes, it is Hall 2.
I can't believe it's not Worley was at.
I can't remember off the top of my head, but I'm looking forward to seeing what the second year will bring because the first year was really good.
Oh, hello, Scanman! It's great to see you. It says greetings from Montana, not far from the First Contact site. You know, you're in Billings, aren't you? Which is near Bozeman. And I must admit, I suppose it's great, like fairly samey if you live there. But if I visited Billings, Montana, I would insist on driving out to Bozeman.
Was this where the film Star Trek?
Yeah, Star Trek First Contact.
Oh, okay, I've not seen it. I've not seen it. Don't look at. I've not seen it. I've not seen it.
Uncultured heathen. Huh. Anyway,
Nick Gorilla just looked up Dick Strawberry.
yeah, don't look up Dick Strawberry because this one did, and he can't, I need the eye bleach. Apparently, it was First Contact this weekend. Gosh, they. Anyway, oh, Raymond Legs. Gronk it up, gronk it up, gronk it up. Hashtag not a cult for legal or tax purposes. Right, Mark Wilson says, I grew up watching Bob Symes, and it was the only model railway series really at that time.
I remember that, yeah. There's a little clip I've seen of it.
I don't know why, but I never watched it.
He's talking about running your model railway very typically, and he runs this train into a station at like 400 miles an hour. He goes, nice and steady, and it's going like a scale electrics.
Yeah, but the thing is, with models of the 1980s, if you try to run them slow, they'd stall.
Yeah. It was so funny.
But yeah, Wednesday.
Probably.
No, sorry, no. It's Andrew Bedder says after finding out Iron Horse has not seen Star Trek, I might have to unsubscribe from his channel.
I have seen Star Trek. I've just not seen First Contact. Is First Contact the one where
it's the really good
there's that woman in the Jeep in the back of the pickup truck? And there's a house, and then there's sort of the the warp drive thing, and then
there's
the
a thing, and then Spock does his
Borg come. I don't know.
There is the Bjorn Borg are in it, yeah. Bob Symes used to be on Tomorrow's World. I always like to Tomorrow's World for me. The golden period was the 1980s, and actually, if you find the Tomorrow's World. The theme music that they had in the very early 1980s, that's the sound of the future with all the optimism of the 1980s.
Ah, yes. We've all been flying cars by now and eating protein pills for lunch.
Yes, and wearing Bako foil and getting our bottoms wiped by robots with personality disorders.
God, we're not wearing Bako foil.
Ooh, but hey, anyway, Wednesday, TT120 announcements from Hornby. It's definitely one to look forward to.
I'm really intrigued as to what this standout announcement is that you're teasing us with.
I can't tell you, I'm sworn to secrecy.
You were telling me your secrets, my child.
No, not on air, otherwise it'd be my secret between you, me and the rest of the English-speaking world. In terms of other news, we've also got coming through from Rapido trains huge numbers of wagons. Now, there's 3 different principal wagons. We've got the new version of their 1907 Railway Clearinghouse open wagon, and this is the version without the end tipping doors. You might remember the first time they did the 1907 Railway Clearinghouse designed wagons, The Monday Club wagon number 3, that was the William Loudon Sons green open wagon, was one of those. Now they've followed that up finally with the version without the end tipping doors. A lot of railway companies, a lot of private owners as well, preferred them without the end tipping doors and just had the side doors. That version is now available, and that includes they've done some pre-grouping examples. A number of pre-grouping companies did buy a number of these for their fleets from you. South Eastern and Chatham Railway, London Brighton and South Coastern Railway, and the Great Northern Railway. They're not exactly the normal bedfellows, but Rapido are doing those, Southern Railway, LNER, BR versions, and a number of different private owner liveries as well.
Gary has just reminded me, hello from Ireland, RS Model Railways, Curascale. They announced earlier this week that actually there's the HTO and HTV hopper wagons.
Oh, they're coming early.
They're arriving early. And can I just say, this points out another massive hypocrisy within the hobby. Now that there's been some good news, no one's talking about it. But if a Curascale was saying it's going to be delayed by 2 months, it'd be, I'm cancelling my pre-order.
Oh, if you want gurning and fist shaking, go and have a look.
Gammons.
Yeah, go and have a look at the KR models subforum on our own web. Woo! That's getting wild in there. Gary says, your layout is awesome. Thank you so much. It's very kind of you to say. In terms of other models being released, look out for the Diagram 1/801 fish fans from Rapido as well. These are my particular favourites. Now, we've had the 1/800s before. They're the ones which
Can I just say,
am I like is this
about,
white noise?
No, talking about fish fans, there's a time and place.
Oh, for God's sake! If the monkey was here, there'd be a slow trombone. But anyway, yes, we've had the 1/800 diagram from Hornby 00 actually did it first in the 1960s, went on to G&R Wren in 1969, and then Dapol brought out their version in 1995, all largely using the same tooling. Hornby's recently fully retooled from scratch version, I believe, is the Diagram 1/800. So this is the first time the 1/801 has been offered ready to run in 00 before. And actually, outwardly at least, they do look almost identical to me. But the closer you look, you suddenly go, oh yeah, I do see the differences. They are actually quite a lot of differences, but they are exquisite wagons. The final ones that Rapido are releasing is the Diagram 67 Caledonian Railway ventilated vans. And the Scottish modelers have been greatly underrepresented in the ready-to-run market. So it's really great to see that manufacturers, like Rapido, are catering for this. Because I think for so many years, manufacturers have concentrated on Big Four and onwards and very much neglected the pre-grouping scene. But actually, a lot of these pre-grouping wagons did survive very, very long times. And the Diagram 67 vans, some of them were actually air-fitted, air brakes, vacuum braked as well, which ensured that they actually lasted a very long time. A number were used by people like the RNAD, the Royal Navy armaments depots as internal users. But then subsequently a lot went on into departmental service and also getting bought and used by the NCB, and Cadbury's is another livery that Rapido are offering 2 different versions of. So they lasted really quite well, so are reasonably well represented in preservation. You can still see them at a number of different preserved railways, unlike things like, say, the Great Northern Railway vans, where I think there's one late survivor, got as far as the National Railway Museum, but was deemed beyond economical repair, unfortunately.
And we were actually looking at she's got a big display cabinet downstairs, and it's full of like pre-grouping private owner wagons. We were actually just admiring some of the Rapido and the Oxford Rail stuff.
Yes, you were having a look in my
nice
display. I had them all on display. Now, Scanman says, has any manufacturer besides Lionheart produced an 016.5 locomotive models? Yes.
I wouldn't know.
Bachmann have. Bachmann do the diminutive little quarry Hunslet in 016.5 and a number of little 4-wheel wagons to go with it. Some ready to plant resin buildings too. And actually, did you see at when we were at the Great Electric Train Show, Dan Everson of Tunnel Lane Model Railways had on display a lovely, absolute work of art, the Quarry. That was 016.5. And of course, the Quarry Hunslet being quite a small locomotive,
Awesome.
the end result is, even though it's in 016.5...
You mean N7?
What?
You mean NG7, surely, yeah.
Oh, yes, Awesome Bricks, you're absolutely right. We got the interview from Richard Proudman.
You promised.
I did promise.
Mr. Proudman, you would be on
I promised
brand,
that I would be on brand, yes. NG7, otherwise known by everybody else as 016.5. But yes, so Bachmann do this, which actually means they should be available in the US through Bachmann dealers. So if that's something that's a must-have for you. And I believe
really
that
nice.
the Quarry Hunslets, it was an off-the-shelf design, so they may well have ended up in all sorts of places around the world.
Oh, it's not working. Here we are.
What are you doing?
There, look, the comment from Sam.
Yes, influencers and YouTubers are bad for the hobby. They keep showing me stuff I want. Absolutely, absolutely. So, Proses by Bachmann, says Raymond Legs.
Proses?
Yeah.
What is a Proses?
It's a brand. It's a brand. I've missed so many comments. The comments are coming in thick and fast
Really
actually
are.
tonight. So I think what I need to do is change up the angle of the dangle for the brew that is true.
Is that a green KR Models leader trundling around?
You've already asked me about this. Yes, it is.
Because I keep thinking it's a Class 66.
No.
It does kind of look like a Class 66 from a distance.
I do like the green livery actually on the leader. I actually don't like the silver ones.
It looks a bit like a adult pleasure toy, I think.
What, that?
No, the silver one. That one looks like a local, but the silver one's a little bit...
I don't know where you're getting your toys from, but that would be...
Timu like everybody else.
That would be quite a challenge. Ixion Models, says Awesome Bricks, did a rail car in 016.5
You mean NG7? Surely you mean NG7.
Kev McKay 85 says, "Hey, sorry I'm late. I'm really sorry, but Bachmann is not on his perch, so I can bash Gandalf's. Did I say Bachmann? I meant Gandalf. I'm bashing his perch, but the perch is bare." Unfortunately, Gandalf has gone to check up on the cupboard monkey. For the cupboard monkey is not well and is bubbling somewhat today.
Yes.
So we decided that
He's having a moment.
you're being accused of sniffing the glue.
Well, yes, but that's besides the point entirely.
Sarah Davis says, "I actually bought some N-gauge lights for my layout from Temu, and they're not that bad."
Is it Temu or Timu?
I don't know.
Timu.
She says they're not that bad, but I'm saying they're not that good either.
Well,
You want decent lights for your buildings, get the DCC concepts or the legacy ones.
They are only available in 4mm though.
In what?
No, we're not doing them in N-gauge. They are only available in 4mm scale. The lampposts.
Yeah, N-gauge, they just sort of droop under their own weight, wouldn't they?
Yeah, they are.
060 Train says, "Had a ride on a narrow gauge train in Latvia last week." Excellent. There's a lot of actually preserved railways around, and narrow gauge. There's quite a few out there. The more you look, the more you'll find. Anthony asks, "Craig, how's your locomotion model?"
Still sat on the shelf gathering dust.
I see. I have to say, and I feel really bad. And in case people go, "Oh, Jenny's Hornby overlords will be most unhappy," I'm glad I didn't buy one, to be honest with you, because like my rocket, when I bought my rocket, everybody wanted one. It was really hard to get one,
very, very
and there
much
was
a
like
niche
this
little
feeding
thing.
frenzy. It was great for Hornby for the sales.
Yeah.
But then afterwards, I'm looking at it thinking, what the hell have I wanted this for?
Yeah.
And I think locomotion number one would have been much the same. So with hindsight, I'm glad I didn't give in to that feeding frenzy.
It is the old adage, isn't it? I mean, that's the new thing on the block. Oh, look at this. And it looked really nice as a prototype, but mine just didn't run like a £150 model should run. And it's not like Hornby don't know what they're doing when it comes to making small models. Their little, was it the 48DS, that little four-wheel thing? That one's
but
like
that
a champ.
Yeah, but that doesn't have all of the wibbly wobbly
No, it doesn't,
valve
but it's
gear
still
and
a
stuff.
small four-wheel, and it runs great. Oh, it's a shame, really.
Thank you so much, Flymo Chairman 1. Yes, the Monday Club wagons. We're trying to shift the last of these. Do please, if you've got an inkling you want one, do please grab it now, because we want to clear the decks so that we can get to work on the next Monday Club wagon, and that will also allow us to hopefully do some Kickstarters for other scales. We're going to do Kickstarters because the O gauge one. Yeah, we didn't sell them all. There's still 6 left, and there's like 0 profit in O gauge. So unless we can sell them all, we're actually pulling a loss on those. So we're going to do as a Kickstarter, hopefully an N gauge and TT120.
Nice.
And it's simply a case of if they don't reach the minimum order, they don't happen. It's as simple as that.
I
But
think you have to be sensible.
we can't get to that point until we've cleared the certainly the double O gauge.
I mean, it's
Minutes,
I mentioned
wagons.
about making my own wagon, and then I said in the video that people are either going to want the nice detailed one or the cheap. But then immediately half your customer base is not going to want to buy it because it's too cheap or it's too expensive or the details.
I don't like Dapon. It's like it's like, oh, you should get a cheap one. I won't buy it, but you should get a cheap one.
I mean, this is what I mean. You can't expect to have all the high fidelity detail and pay the chips and peanuts price for it.
Yeah,
It just
well,
doesn't
look,
make any
we
sense.
tried it, and I'm sorry, people, they're sticking a little bit. There's about 25 left, which
Which
doesn't
is not
sound,
bad. It's not.
It
it's
doesn't
not
sound
huge
like a
amount.
lot, but the margins are so wafer thin. It means we're actually making a loss unless we sell
Yeah.
them.
The thing is, it's not a bad model. We had this conversation earlier, Jen. The Dapol stuff is actually really nice for what it is.
The O gauge is wonderful.
Yeah, it really
it's
is.
expensive, but then O gauge always is.
Dave Holloway says, Craig, what happens to your shirt? What's that? Yes, this was my Buggles Kelly t-shirt.
Yeah, this is.
Now it says B.O. and.
Yeah.
B.O. and on it. And this is because I went against Tom's
Tom
explicit
at Buggles
instruction.
Kelly Station was very, very particular
Do
about
not
saying,
tumble dry
don't
it a
tumble
lot.
dry. You can do anything else you want to
Yeah.
it, but it's like Gremlins. Don't feed them after midnight.
So
Don't
basically-
get them wet. Don't tumble
I
dry.
chucked it in the
Buggles
washing
Kelly.
pile, and the missus took it to the laundrette, and the laundrette just baked it. So and then
Everybody needs their clothes done at 90.
But it's still a really comfortable shirt, so I'm still
It is,
wearing it.
yeah,
And
yeah.
so if you want to rent the space on my abdomen, just send an email, and I will, put your name across there as long as it starts with a B. Because we've already paid for the B. The B's already there.
Is the bee clinging on for dear
So,
life, or if you
it
rub
could
that
say-
hard enough, will that?
That's my nipple you're rubbing now, so be very careful because this stream might have to go to OnlyFans if you're not careful.
Absolutely, yeah. You don't want an unnecessary nipple activity.
Well, is it unnecessary? There you are. You have to be careful with these things. This is the internet, It's out there forever. B&O. Yes. B&O. It's basically a shipping shirt now,
Baltimore and Ohio.
which is, funnily enough, B&O.
B&O.
There you go. I've just put that there.
What happens if the and falls off? Then it's just B.O.
B.O., yeah. I wonder what that smell was. It's quite earthy.
Oh dear.
Oh, Aunt Phil says just cracked. a
Monday
bag of
Club
Maltesers
only
open.
fans, says Simon Pitcher.
Should be all the
Boom,
trams.
chicka, wow, wow.
Yeah, that'd be the driest flood in the world, wouldn't it? That horrible.
Flymer Chairman 1 says, "Oh, the Chessie
The
system."
chassis system, yes.
Alex Carter says, out of interest, how many wagons have to be ordered for minimum amount of wagons from a manufacturer?
It
if you consider-
varies, doesn't it? From
It
manufacturer to
varies.
manufacturer.
It depends who we go with for the various things. It'd probably be with Pico. But I think
For Engage.
for N-Gauge, or we could go Dapol. I think Dapol, the minimum order's 50. However, the problem, it might be 100 actually. The problem is that the more you order, the better the sums are. But you have to remember, you've got to sell them. TT120, I think it's something like 150. So essentially, obviously because I keep one myself, and mum and dad would probably have one as well. But it's quite a lot. I mean, we tried O gauge on spec, and I think it's 25 is the minimum order for O gauge. But I'll tell you now, O gauge is very expensive, and it's just impossible to.
And I don't think the numbers are there either, are they, for people to actually buy it? I mean,
no,
I've seen more people want line gauge than all.
Yeah, there's 6 left of the O gauge, so
that's not too bad.
But it's a toughie. It really is a toughie. I don't. One of the main reasons I did O gauge on spec was because I wanted one. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to have one, and it'll be great. I don't begrudge them. I mean, at the end of the day, I've still got some really, really high quality Dapol models, but I don't need 25 of the Minith Tatus rec tanks. Michael Sarsfield says Dapol is 100 wagons minimum. Yes, that sounds about right. I think it used to be 50, but they've upped it. Dominic Z, our Kickline correspondent. It's great to see you. I hope you're well. Not seen you in for a little while. Simon Pitcher says the O-gauge wagons are brilliant. Got 2 of them. Yeah, the O-gauge wagons, I'm actually very, very proud of them. They are really lovely wagons. It's just a bit expensive. And we make no money on those. We're literally selling them at cost. And this comes back to, like, you know, the YouTuber thing, like, look at them all, let's go to bed, sat in a huge pile of money. I think the out of the I can't remember, it's like 400 or so of the double O gauge wagons. We actually make maybe enough for me to have a wagon paid for by everybody, and that's about it. The margins are pretty low.
Richard Brighton makes a good point. He goes, he thinks there's a bit of a disconnect with folks who model a specific gauge. They often mix with others who also model that gauge, and then get like an inflated, inaccurate idea of how popular it actually is. Because if you only speak to 10 people that really love N-gauge, you think, oh, everyone loves N-gauge, but in actual fact, it's just you lot in the corner.
Yeah.
Why don't you do it in N-gauge?
Oh yeah, I'll buy one. That's why I think we're thinking about a Kickstarter.
I think you need to really.
Yeah,
otherwise, you end up with a lot of very small wagons.
Michael Sarsfield. No, my Gronk is not ill. It is on the DCC Concepts ABC shuttle, and it is handily equipped with a Zen Black decoder, which enables it to shuttle backwards and forwards without any input from my fair hands.
ABC.
Easy as
1,
DCC.
2, okay, DCC then.
Jennifer Horton says, yeah, S&M, but for Shropshire and Montgomeryshire Railway. Funnily enough, actually, there's a new collectors club, Hornby Collectors Club. They're bringing back the Collectors Club, and they're doing an exclusive Collectors Club Terrier. But I was quite surprised because they're doing the other London and South Western Railway Terrier. So London and South Western Railway bought 2 Terriers from the London Brighton South Coast Railway, number 734 and 735. They did 735, I think it was, as part of the main range a couple of years ago, and they actually got remaindered out. They went into their sale to clear stocks. So I thought it was an unusual choice for the Collectors Club Terrier doing the other running number. I can understand why they might go that way, because all of the tampo printing tools exist for basically doing all of the livery apart from the number on the bunker. But given that a number of Terriers actually worked on the Shropshire and Montgomeryshire Railway, it struck me that that's a livery I've never seen done on any model of a Terrier, regardless of gauge. There's also the New Haven Harbour Company is another livery which has never been offered in 00. And also the Edge Hill Light Railway. There's another livery that Terriers carry, 2 Terriers in fact, that have never been offered ready to run. Now I did actually send the Edge Hill Light Railway pair. I found a load of photographs and I did forward them to Hornby, so they are on their radar, but they've chosen to do the London and South Western Railway one, which I think is an odd choice given how the previous one was remaindered. Jennifer Horn says there is a reason why nobody wants to do an S&M livery. Why was
S&M livery?
Was it just I don't know. Is this a clever joke, or was it just a really boring livery? I'm just looking back through the comments. Zantek says you could program it to go from the fridge to the kitchen, to the lounge, and unload by your parents' feet.
Ooh.
Anthony, no, I'm neither confirming nor denying any models in TT120. Valleys 56XX says the Zen Black has a stay alive plug on, which I really like the 8. Oh, are you demolishing my?
I'm not.
What are you doing? Oh my! Oh, you've broken it.
I brought one of your.
Oh, you've ripped. You've.
Can I have this now because it's fallen off?
No, because I'll have to glue it back on.
But if I have it, you won't have to glue it back on.
No, because I can see where.
It's like a missing hatch.
I can see where it used to be.
Will it go up my nose?
Richard Brighton, could you keep your employee in check? And look, he's broken some of my lamps. Could you send some more to replace them? No, I'll glue that back.
She'll notice soon.
What have you done?
Nothing. Do you want it back? Here you go.
No! You bastard!
Oh, my ovaries!
Oh, that is disgusting!
The IPA's here.
I have never had to wash and sanitize my scenery in IPA, but it's going to take all the paint off. Oh, smells like hospital. Oh,
well, you will insist on parading them around.
Do you remember what you said?
I'm only illuminating the situation. What have you done? Oh.
Ooh, sweaty.
She's breasted my wagon. Oh, it's got boob juice on it now. Oh. I'm laughing. Look at the comments, Jen.
Awesome Brick says, are influencers and YouTubers bad for the hobby? Oh. Yes, because we go off on a tangent and stuff happens.
Oh. I haven't laughed at that since I was a little girl. Oh, yeah. Richard Brighton. Greg! He says that a lot, actually, to be fair.
Yeah, are you sat at the desk next to him?
I'm opposite
Oh,
him.
yeah, can I just say, actually, you've taken the DCC shilling, haven't you?
Shilling?
Yeah, as in like the King's shilling, but it's the DCC shilling.
I don't know what that means.
You work at DCC Concepts now.
Valis 56 says baby Jesus is crying.
As long as it's not Orange Jesus, I'm happy.
Oh. Yeah, it's really good, yeah.
Right, yeah, it's always chaos when Craig is on.
Yeah.
Oh, Melchester Model Road, boob tube.
Tit flicks.
Oh, yeah. Andrew Bettis says YouTubers might not be bad for the hobby, but they make a great comedy team.
Well, something like that, I'm sure. Some people would.
Yeah, RG Models 86 says that's the stream flagged for inappropriate content. Mark Wilson says, glad we don't have smelly vision.
just join and saw a lamp get violated.
Matt's reviews, yes, absolutely violated. But what Iron Horse doesn't realise that lamp is going where no lamp has gone before after the stream.
It won't be funny, but you're seeing.
You'll need forceps to get it. You have violated my scenery. Not only did he savagely rip my lamp off, but he then went and shoved it up his nostril.
When Richard Brighton says you never hid roller stock in your booze, where do you think that big boy went? That's where. There you go.
It's like being next to a small, strategically shaved gibbon. Richard Brighton, are you jealous now all of a sudden?
Yes,
yeah, Paul O'Donovan says, Craig, have respect to Jenny. Respect my authority! That's
fleas again.
No, you haven't. You don't have fleas in my house.
I never said they were your fleas. I said I've got fleas again.
No, you
followed
haven't.
me from home.
Why have you got fleas at home?
Plastic lamps makes a good snooze pick, I guess. Lol. Craig, can we have you on every week? I don't think Jen would survive.
No, we can't. No, we can't. Yeah, this is what happens when the monkey's away. Craig will play. Right.
It's not my fault. I have a mental condition.
Yeah, Richard Brighton. Now, are you being a naughty boy? Do I need to come up there and put
And
you
bring her lamp.
No, Craig will bring the lamp.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll bring the lamp. You bring the bulb.
Yeah.
You can be the bulb.
Rick Morley. Unfortunately, there's no videos. We're going to have to put up with this for another half an hour.
Oh, good.
Because the cupboard monkey is ill again. So she's downstairs being tended to by Gandalf, which usually means that
the biscuits have gone.
Yeah, basically she has some biscuits to help her through this tender moment, and Gandalf goes.
It's got very warm in here all of a sudden.
Has it? No, not for me. Not for me. Leslie Gilpin Railway says, next time I'm on Settle Station, if I hear noises, I know where they're from.
Well, you must pop in for a brew.
Yeah, Warbler Production. We got demonetized last week because Naughty Jonathan used copyright music in his trailer, and it got flagged, so we weren't able to monetize last week.
Jennifer Horton said, this stream will go down in Monday Club Law. Craig, the lamp, Iron Horse.
Hey, might need the extractor fan with all that.
Zoe needs to put that into a short, by the way.
Yeah.
You can retire on that.
Yeah, can I
Are you going to drink that to cope with the pain?
No. Oh, that's... Oh, it smells like hospital.
Technically speaking, that is substance abuse.
No, I was just checking what was in the bottle. Bring the skin diving suit with the bottom cut out, says DJK666. TARDIS by the army base, says Santa. Yeah, actually, it's not moved since last week.
No, it's still there.
There goes Jenny's ad revenue for this week's stream, says Warbler Productions.
She doesn't need it. She's a YouTuber. She goes to sleep on a pile of money. We all know this. Now,
I just say that in my contracts with people, it does actually stipulate that they don't have any editorial control, and that essentially, if I want to slag something off because it's garbage, I can. It's just I like lots of things.
Well, this is the thing. If you like something and you genuinely cannot find anything wrong with it, is it then morally incorrect to say there's nothing wrong with it, or to make something
that would
wrong
actually
with it?
be misrepresentation?
It really would, wouldn't it?
So yeah, I have given models full marks because quite simply they're just amazing.
In
models.
your opinion, there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah. But then the next person might go, I don't like them.
I don't like that.
No, I don't like it. Yeah, I mean, there's people who don't like certain things, but other people like. If everybody liked the same thing, it'd be a very boring world. Because nobody would bother with DB Schenker and EWS and DRS livery locomotives because I don't like them, so nobody else would.
Some of the GBRS stuff. But again, I think DB Schenker is just very big and red, isn't it? Big and red. Freightliner is quite nice.
Yeah, but no, I mean. Everybody, I say everybody, there's a certain contingent that seem to think like, oh, you're just doing it for the money. But as a YouTuber, if you worked out your hourly rate, you're getting so far underneath that minimum wage, it's just unreal. It's like pennies per hour.
There are kids in Cambodia that are like, here you go,
yeah.
Go on.
Your Nike trainers were made by people earning more to the hour. But yeah, no. Richard Brighton says, Jenny, I am very disappointed that you haven't installed Cobalt motors on carpet yet.
Oh, well.
I have installed Cobalt motors, so if I...
You have the magic car of destiny. Oh, it's moving.
Yeah, you can hear the noise. I have to pick the right one, because not all of them are on Cobalt.
No.
But there's about, can I just say that there's probably about 40 Cobalt motors up here.
Yeah.
That was a big undertake. When I rewired Weir Yard, I took the opportunity to put Cobalts in everywhere that I could, other than in the fiddle yard underneath. I thought they get switched so infrequently, it'd be a waste of money to do that. But it really was a big job. But it certainly cut down the amount of ampage it pulls.
It really has. Yeah, that normally should sit around 3, didn't it? Now it's just under
yeah,
2,
about
4.
3.5 to 4. So it was kind of getting up there, and it was definitely time. And I had to switch the layout on in 2 lots. So I had to actually turn off part of the layout, boot it up, and then turn on the second half of the layout. James Pett says, we don't see your filly yard very often. Yeah, neither do I. I'm not even sure what's down there. It's the headroom between the layout and the filly yard's only about that.
Yeah, it's not. You can't
see what's in there.
Room for a. It's like a.
Oh my word! Thank you so much, Simon Pitcher. Very generously donated $9.99 on the super chat. Says stick them in the honesty box. Oh yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, I do pride myself as a YouTuber who does reviews. You know, I understand how influential a YouTuber can be, and you know, with great reach comes great responsibility. And I think perhaps some of the big YouTubers forget that if you think, oh, you know, I'll slag this off because it'll make a great controversy video, then actually, you know, on a whim, you're destroying people's livelihoods.
I do like to try and be rounded where I can in reviews, because I think it's the best way to. Trying to be fair, and then, like you say, it is misrepresentation.
Oh, thank you so much, Richard Brighton. Very kindly gifted 10
we get to see who's lurking now.
Tanner
lurking.
Growler Blackwood Engage Layout. Timber Surf, great to see you.
He's lurking away in the background.
Jim, the Apocalypse Snare, as opposed to the Apocalypse Far. Matty 87, Marcus Camfield, Ray Ron VR, Richard Lewis, and Ren. Aww.
And as channel members, what can they expect to enjoy, Jennifer?
Get early access to the Friday video. So coming up this week on Friday, I've got my review video of the Hellion Class 02 Shunter. Spoiler alert, I really liked it. So much so, it's mine. And like people think, oh, thank you so much, JL Rowe. It's very kindly donated $4.99 on the super chat. It says, hi, Jenny and Craig. Just asking, would it be okay to have a Great Western takeover next week on the layout?
It's up to Jenny, mate. It's not my layout.
If I remember, oh, come here, you. There we are. If I remember, I'll try and put some out.
There are some locals which need to stay in situ because they're on ABCs, but
yeah, the ABC ones. It's only certain ones that are set up to do it. We'll see what I've got. I mean, I have got a king somewhere. There's a king, there's a castle, there's a saint.
King of the castle, king of the castle.
Yeah. Loads of pannier tanks. I've got loads of different panniers. 15XX, 16XX, 64XX, 87XX. Loads of
Have you got the Hellion Class 7s? Because they're not used to live there, but it's been replaced with Class
4s.
Class
07s. There's loads of them, mate. They're all up there.
Yeah,
there we are. There's like what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7. So the 7.
Who thinks Jenny should give me a Class 07?
I'll give you something, but it's not an 07.
I don't want the boob juice wagon.
No, hold on, right? This is something as well that comes up when people talk about YouTube. It's like, why do they get free stuff? It's because people watch my video and go, well, I turned the sound down, like she said, so I didn't listen to her drivel. But the pictures look nice, so I went and bought one. You know, it's just... I had a point and I've forgotten it. I only have 21 panniers, says Valley's 56XX. That's a decent collection. I don't know how many I've got. I'm just looking up there. Pannier tanks. How many can I see? 1.
You've got loads of pannier tanks. That's what you have. You've got more than you can count.
2. I'm just scanning down the things. 3, 4, 5.
She's got more.
There's 5 up there that I can see. I know there's more. There's a 6th one behind me.
See?
I've probably got about 7 or 8.
At what point does it become socially irresponsible to have two?
Nigel Cole says, I'd rather see an LNER A4 extravaganza.
You haven't got them all yet. Which ones do you still need for the collection, Joe?
Seagull, Sir Ralph Wedgwood. Funny enough, I think I need Union of South Africa. I'm not sure actually. I need to double check.
I think you do.
I don't have Bitten. I don't have Silver Fox. They're the ones. The Seagull and Gannet, I think. 37 Dave says, exciting. Just read Backman are doing a rerun of Alice and Britomart Quarry Hunts that's in 009. Popped onto Rails of Sheffield and see they are indeed up for pre-order. Very happy has missed out on Alice. Actually, that's not
Alice.
Alice. Who the is Alice? Yes, I do need Union of South Africa. Yes, because a certain somebody, JL Railways, bought the one I was looking at. It's all right.
Oh, I remember now. Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry. Dragon Junction Mark II. So I thought I would say hello, Jenny and Craig. I was watching and lurking. Just had to say I am enjoying the show. Great to see you guys.
Hey up, pal, lad. Hope you're okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Hopefully, see that the NEC makes you there.
Kev McKay 85. Gadwall. Wasn't Gadwall one of the ones that got renamed? I only buy them in BR livery. Lord Al's Privy, by the way.
Yeah, there we are.
Let's see if I can get it on.
You can just pick it up and put it in front of the camera, Joe.
Yeah, I could do.
Richard Brighton says he's found a seagull on Amazon. It was £6. Should I order it for you? Yes, Richard. Order the £6 seagull.
If it's from Temu, it'll end up being a real seagull.
A big plastic seagull with a big dirty seam down the middle of it. with a yellow splash of paint on the front.
And you'll squeeze it and it'll sound like...
The quality of it would be such that if it was alive, it would say, kill me.
Puffy Plays Z says, what do you think the best OO gauge Era 7 logo? Oh, Era
7, is that the new era? Is that
Era 7, is that's tops, isn't it? That's BR tops. 8 sectorisation, 9's the start of privatisation. So the best...
yes would be a good answer, Joe. Yes.
I actually really, at the moment, I don't know whether it's because it's new and shiny or whether it's just because it genuinely is a really good locomotive, but I do like the Hellion 02
at the moment. Lovely, isn't it? It is. Are they making that in all gauge?
Yes.
Yeah.
If they're not already in the shops, then they're nearly in the shops. Warbler Production says, I might have to get an Alice. Would love Backman to do the other quarry hunts at types though. Currently only 3 of the 8 or 9 types have been produced. Because there was one that had a very, very epic sounding name. Oh, it was like something biblical. Oh, what was the name of it? Sounded like it was going on a crusade to the Holy Land.
George?
No, it had a very, very epic sounding name, and I can't remember.
The Galapagos.
Somebody will put it now in the Holy War. That was it.
We are fine.
Yeah, and there's King of the Scarlets as well. Oh, thank you so much, JL Rowe. It's very kindly donated $1.99 in the super chat. So Jen, you can always borrow if you want it. No, don't worry.
Richard Brighton sent me a picture of a nice bird.
A nice bird.
Oh, look at the wings on that.
Oh, cottage cheese.
Buy it.
Why are you buying a seagull?
Oh, related items you have viewed.
Oh. What else?
So Richard Brighton's recently viewed items include a plug adapter, a bottle of industrial-sized lubricant, an air pump repair kit, and something called a reel doll.
What's that thing at the end? It looks like some kind of truncheon.
It says Bad Dragon. Bad Dragon? Bit ribbly, isn't it? Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, is the carriage behind the Class 40 derail? Class 40?
It's not a Class 40, it's a Class 37. It's a blue Batman one. I don't think we've got a 40 running over.
No. The Class 37's over there.
No, 37's a moving fine. Oh, did you mean this one here? That's a 37
No, the one in front of it's a 40. I don't know, you've got me looking now.
That's fine, is that?
No, everything seems alright. Yeah, Richard Brighton, you're in so much trouble, Craig.
I'm always in so much trouble.
Oh, Warbler Productions, Dinoric Quarry locos were named after famous racehorses, except Dinoric and Velin Heli. I just read
Were
that
they
as
not
Valhalla.
famous, or did they just not happen to get a name thingy?
Oh, interesting. Yaharic says Holy War was done as a limited edition for the Bala Lake Railway. Stand collected, and RG Models 86 also says that as well. Ben Tullett says buy a seagull and call it Stephen.
Stephen Seagull.
Yeah. Stephen Cameron says Gadwall was renamed Sir Ralph Wedgwood and got taken out by the Luftwaffe at what York. It was the A4 that was blown up. Never survived to BR days. I wouldn't collect LNER ones, to be honest. Jennifer Horton says, I always thought it was funny that Holy War was rescued for preservation by a vicar. Actually, there's quite a lot of vicars who were big in the early preservation scene. Teddy Boston and Reverend Audrey.
Of course, yes.
Yeah. And probably some
And
others.
the guy from Titfield Thunderbolt. I always forget his name now.
Yeah, fictional.
Yeah, but that is actually based on the first preserved railway. So
I think it's based on Teddy
I
Boston.
think it is actually. Yes, I think it is. Funnily enough.
So, only one of my 5 A4s is in BR livery, Warbler Productions. You have my condolences. Only one of my 29 A4s is in LNER livery.
29 A4.
I think I'm just making up numbers.
Yeah, you've got
now.
the A4 shelf.
1,
It is
2,
a dusting.
3,
Some of
4,
them
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
FYI, she's counting in tens there. That's not individual.
17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29.
That is a lot.
How many did I say?
I don't know, but
I said 29. I guessed correctly. I have 29 A4s.
What is your favourite A4 in terms of model quality and just the one you like just because you like it?
It's got to be Walter K. Wigham.
Is that the one with experimental purple?
Yes.
Yeah.
Although
Or blue, whatever
they
you call it.
did do a limited edition of Merlin in that livery. Hornby did. I think it was for Model Fair or something. Thank you so much, Richard Brighton.
Well, bear in mind, you just sent Jenny £2, not me.
Thank you so much for sending me £2, Richard Brighton. I'll pass on your regards to Craig. As Craig, play your phone on camera with volume up. Unfortunately,
Look. That's what you're doing, Jenny.
I'm studiously not. No. How do we? Right, enough of that.
No, I need it to. If my phone falls on your leg, it will kill something. It will damage your signal.
No, it'll sit there quite happily until you can behave yourself. Oh, sorry. Summer Breeze, Mother Railway, John and Holly says, sorry, had to leave the stream suddenly. Has had problems with the washing machine. So sorry to hear that.
Was she okay?
Apparently, Michael Sarsfield says, no, Titfield Thunderbolt is based on the Talyllyn Railway. The vicar in the film reminds me of the Reverend W. Audrey, who was a guard there.
Is it Sin or Clean?
Talyllyn.
Sin.
I
So
read.
Sandudno, is it?
No,
Sandidno.
Sandidno.
What about
The U is
Sandorno?
pronounced like an I. It's,
Sandorno.
to be honest, can I just say to you, it's like really does great when people can't pronounce Welsh place names.
But the thing is, when they're not Welsh, it's not really their fault.
Oh, well, no, but right, the thing.
No, but you can't blame them.
Can I say the thing that really irritates me is right. BBC News presenters, they can pronounce the name of somewhere in the back end of China perfectly, but they can't pronounce somewhere that's an hour's drive from where they are.
Talyllyn translates to top of the lake.
Yeah. I have Puffy Plays Ed. I have lots of Bachman 25s. I think I've got about.
There's a rumbling.
I've got about 15.
It's a Gandalf monkey.
Are you coming up to play the videos?
Yeah.
Yay! We're getting some videos after all.
You didn't see what I did to your wife.
I did.
Did you?
The entire internet has seen. There are photos on the.
Is that going to be?
Facebook
Going to be a short?
Who put the photos on?
She did.
Hi, Mark Wilkes.
Zantek, we will be having words.
Can I have my phone back, please?
What has been seen cannot be unseen.
No, you're all right. They're
No, I
not.
need my phone back. Right, you have two choices. Either
Thank
you pass
you
me my
s-
phone back, or I reach over you and acquire it.
You're going to do a reach
Bearing in
around.
mind, I've got full of cheese.
You're going to do a reach
Give him his
around.
phone, Jen. Why haven't you given him his phone?
Because he was badly behaved with it, and he played a video
was.
that Richard Brighton put on
I
it
did.
of doing something that he knows is like really triggery to my autism. So stop it.
He was peeling something again. Bananas.
no,
rapidly.
no, it wasn't.
Small piece of paper. Yeah.
Right. Anyway, so
Oh,
thank
my
you so
goodness.
much, David Bradley. Very, very kindly donated £5 on the super chat. That's incredibly generous of you. Thank you so
I want
much.
to go to the forum now.
Raymond Legs, you really don't want to know. Well, you might do, but you don't.
I'll tell you what. I needed that lie down.
Oh, I'm glad. Have we got anything
Heat
to drink?
stroke sucks.
Have we got anything to drink?
I'll go-
Because my
I'll go and
mouth
get
is
some-
is drier than a Pharaoh's salt.
IPA.
I'm not drinking the IPA.
I'll go get some hokey cokey because that's what it's all about.
But what is the best mainline OODs?
By the way, did you say happy
Puffy
birthday
Plaything?
to the person right at the start who was talking about happy birthdays?
Stop it! All right, hold on. Happy birthday to you. Squash tomatoes and stew. Bread and butter in the gutter. Happy birthday to you.
Good evening, friends.
Many bum farts.
Raymond Legs asks, what's going on in this stream?
Have
Everything.
you decided that YouTubers are the problem? Because
Yes.
Yeah,
Definitely
I
are.
think these two YouTubers are responsible for stinking up YouTube all the time.
We happily bring everyone down, kicking and screaming to
Yeah.
our level.
Beth G says, I fired 60007 last week on the NYMR. Fantastic logo.
See?
Excellent. I'm jealous.
Because of your
And-
boob job, you've got a fiver from Jenny.
Thank you so
There you
much,
go.
Jennifer Horton. Very, very kindly donated £5 on the super
There you
chat.
go.
Oh, let me just.
Reach round.
I'm trying to lean over without
Grab
flashing.
it firmly and click. There you
I was
go.
trying to lean over without flashing boob crevice
I think we're
gratuitously.
beyond that, love.
Yeah.
To be honest with you,
It's
mate,
a-
we're far beyond that.
I'm not that kind of YouTuber. Thank you so much, Jennifer Horton. Very kindly. £5 on the super chat says, great show. Well done. Stephen Cameron says, BBC News reporters can make a right mess of Scottish names too. I can imagine, actually, yes. Yeah. Ham Shackles said, what's going on? Like I put at the beginning, anything can happen in the next 2 hours and probably will. Yes. Shaky Hands Shed Mollerowi says, I was drinking brake fluid earlier. My mate said it was becoming a problem, but I can stop anytime I want to. Ba-da-bum.
Well done, sir.
Oh my word. Right, so we're just waiting for the cupboard monkey to come back. My mouth is really dry. I'm kind of hoping that you might jibber jabber about YouTubers.
You want me to talk?
Yeah.
Bearing in mind what's been happening this evening, you want me to give me the open forum floor.
If you're talking, then at least my scenery is vaguely safe.
I don't.
I can't believe
Your scenery attacked my arm.
No, it didn't.
It did.
Your nostril attacked my scenery.
Has that actually melted?
No, it's going to get another trip in the
It's
IPA.
fine. It's all clean up there.
Yeah, because everything got wiped out.
Yay.
Oh, look at.
I think ultimately, people are always going to make up their own minds whether or not a review or a bit of content is useful to them.
Yeah.
And people will, like it or not, always form biases, and that does include me and you, Jen. It's not possible to not form a bias, at least a little bit. But I think as long as you're upfront about that, and you're very open with people about it, I don't think there's a problem. It's when you try and feign interest and feign and fake what the reasons why you're doing it, rather than just genuinely because you do love it and you want to share what you have with everyone else. People live vicariously through what people do on YouTube, and a lot of people can't afford the latest model, so it's nice for them to be able to see it. And they'd make an informed choice, and that's why you've got to be careful when you start lambasting something that's new and slating it.
Yeah, because
they can
actually,
take it so wrong.
and I think the thing, people assume that actually the review's being given in good faith, and actually, oh, it is rubbish, I'll not buy it. And then, influence extends, and you suddenly find that it's jeopardised sales.
Could I
What
just
is
have a
actually a
small glass of
perfectly
cock,
good
please?
model. Yes, you may.
I don't want a large cock, I want a small cock.
You know, we have an in-joke, but they don't share it with us, so when you say that, it just sounds like what it sounds
Listen,
like.
I prefer a small cock. Here we are, a nice small glass of cock. Coca-Cola. Very good.
Yes, C-O-K-E. I have actually seen some people that teach English as a foreign language who mispronounce it. And it's hilarious that they're teaching other people to mispronounce it.
Mispronounce what, sorry?
Coke as cock.
Cock.
Raymond
There's
Legs...
a lot of languges that don't pronounce the final vowel,
Alright.
you see.
Martin Parkinson says, I'll be off now. Well done for maintaining your dignity, Jen. Till next week, night.
It wasn't intentional.
Jen, is this cold?
You aimed at the wrong part then, Zoe.
I couldn't reach it.
Right, it's summery outside.
Come on, we're just
Jenny
taking
has
a pic.
rediscovered her spaghetti strap top, so let's not make a big thing about the fact that, oh, Jenny has boobs.
Remember, like and subscribe. I'm telling you, that's a missed opportunity right there.
Is this-
Really is.
We did before the...
Is that your pet names for my
Well, not
boobs?
my pet names for him, but I think that should be the community's name for them.
We did joke before the stream about writing like and subscribe in tiny letters and seeing if anyone noticed.
Anyway, look, show
Jenny
somebody,
Kirk and her friend.
show somebody's video on.
Oh, I'm done.
Oh yeah, you
Stick a
spent.
fork in me, I'm done.
Yes, Maura King, absolutely. This is what I say in my reviews. I doubt any manufacturer sets out to release a poor model. Absolutely.
Of course they don't.
And
Who is going into business to make stuff that won't sell?
yeah, and it's like you'd listen to some of these doom and gloom
Turkish
merchants.
barbers.
You'd think some of these doom and gloom merchants go, oh, it's all rubbish, they're just out to gouge you. It's like,
not.
I mean,
No one does it.
they really don't get what this hobby's about, and actually they're the toxic streak that is dragging the hobby down, because people come into the hobby, see that and go, oh, it must be true.
Richard Brighton.
What's he doing now?
Ladies
Richard
and gentlemen, my line manager.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, the sales manager of DCC Concepts. When you next buy your Zen decoder or Cobalt point motor, that's the man you're
When I
buying
answer
it
the
from.
phone, it's not because we're busy, it's because he is sat there going writing comments.
saying boobs and then giggling manically.
Or the evil, he knows I'm diabetic, and what did he show me the other day? At
big
half
bag
past
of
nine,
sugar.
he showed me a brochure of cake. It was a catering
Oh,
company's
as
brochure of cake. I said, Craig, got some cake.
Has he taken you to the cake shop down?
Yes,
in-
I went to the Naked Bollock Man, and I got a beautiful, fresh...
The new dude.
The new dude, the what's it called?
No, but did he take you to the one down in Clitheroe next to their storage unit?
He's not gone down with me yet, no.
He's not taken you, not gone down
No.
with you. Oh well, you wait then. He'll take you into this place, which anybody who goes in there who didn't have diabetes comes out with diabetes.
I've got double diabetes now.
But no, the cakes are wonderful, absolutely wonderful. But yeah, Richard Brighton, have you had something to drink?
Yeah,
Something alcoholic? Have you been sniffing the laser printer when it gets hot again?
It is
for
nice.
those of you who aren't aware, over in Settle, there is this ancient pub hotel inn thing called the Naked Man, but we all call it the Nude Dude. So that's
To be
what
fair,
we're on
they do
about.
make very nice cakes and
Yes.
baked goods. It is.
So what we've got here, first of all tonight, actually is from Richard Brighton. He says, here's a link to show a few trains through Settle Station. Many people think the Settle-Carlisle route is a quaint little heritage line that steam specials pull well-to-do punters come down to look at the pretty scenery, and that is true to a certain extent. The truth is far from this. With heavy usage by passengers, freight and operations trains, here are a few examples from earlier today. I don't know where that voice came from, but it's hilarious that
Roll
it turned
the
up.
TV.
Press the button, please.
Hit the lever.
Here we go.
Roll das TV.
There's no sound on a particular... Yeah, I did... Can I just say, I did an all-new sound intro on that, and you're using the old one? What are you doing to me, mate?
The moment you left, it went back to the one you liked.
No, the moment I left, I went back to the one that sounds fake.
Ah, look, we have. Oh, it's the thingy, the Queen. The
I
thing.
like that
Oh,
livery.
it's on the Castle Cement train. Very good.
That seems short.
I like
It is-
that livery. That was
that
interesting.
train has sometimes been as short as 6 T-wagons.
Are they TEAs? Or are they...
TEAs, you know, they're TEAs.
Oh, tea.
I'll be honest, I didn't realise they used TEAs.
Unless
for-
I'm mistaken, I'm fairly confident the TEA is a very versatile bit of rolling stock. Someone in the chat, feel free to correct me, but I'm 90% sure they are TEAs with specialist cement pumping equipment attached to them at the front of the ring.
Would they not be TCAs?
What I find
Oh, pardon me. Good
there's
grief.
a lot of air in these corks, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be the carbon dioxide that gives you all the bubbles.
What I find amazing though is you can replicate this layout.
Jennifer
And
Hopper.
JPAs. I knew they weren't TEAs. They're for like oils and stuff.
Well, look,
Every single building on that station has been made in kit form, hasn't it?
Metcalf had.
they're
Yeah,
lovely.
You can make that entire station and redo this.
yeah, but I mean,
I
there's
think Batman Scenecraft just made the entire station. In fact, isn't that it there?
no, that's Oakworth.
Oh, of course it is, yeah.
The one behind you is Settle Station.
Yeah, there you go. See?
I think actually, I know Hornby did Dent Station and all of the associate because that good shed
That's
over
a
there is the one from
shed.
Dent.
One shed, 2 shed, 3 shed, 4.
Hmm.
That looks like, and yes, that's the track train, isn't it? That's the Rail Express.
That's quite a good catch of different
That's
trains.
interesting.
It's continuously welded rail, so it kind of is like
Really
one
nice.
length of rail, the full length of the train.
So
Sort of
nice
thing.
length to be slipped.
So is this all Richard Brighton's own work
He'll
here?
have sent one of the minions out to do this.
The minions
He might have done it himself.
out on a jolly because it was a nice
Got the
day.
flying Nana.
What's wrong with that?
He was probably out there stocking up on crisps and sweeties at the shop.
To be fair, that little tuck shop is a devil.
I'll be honest, Richard Brighton is putting that guy's kids through college with the amount of crisps and
Jen
bickies.
won't let me go there anymore
No,
because I keep coming back with bears.
Yeah,
oh look, there's the is that the railhead treatment
it
train?
is. I think that's the what do you call it? The weed train, I think. The weed killer train. Sorry, not the weed train.
So there we
Oh.
go. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for sending that in. That's an interesting livery.
What are we looking at?
Rails sent
Is
me
that
an email.
Flagon? I can't see.
Oh,
Engage.
are these engaged?
Yeah.
Oh, is that another sale?
This is part of Rails' sale, yeah.
Oh, class 105. I haven't got a 105. I want a 105.
Wow, we can get one.
No, I'm like.
Yes, RG models 86 the weed train.
It's
yes.
£179
Anyway,
in the sale.
it's green.
Yeah.
So
let's yeah. Hornby did some Scaledale ones of Den. I'm just saying. I've
Yeah.
got over there, which I don't know which one. That's the one. If we go for that angle, just at the background, I've got one of the. Where's my hand gone? There, somewhere over there at the end of my finger is the goods shed. Which I got, we got one for doing Great Model Railway Challenge. The War of the Worlds layout had the full Dent station on, and I liked it so much I went out and bought my own.
you bought a station.
And then I've ended up with the one off War of the Worlds
An
is out in my
entire
shed in a
station.
box. But I've got the water towers over there, the signal boxes over there. So I have actually ended up with some of the stuff. Right, we're just waiting for. Oh,
So-
hit the skip button.
I'm trying.
You're very trying.
I know. So now we've got a message from Richard Swiderski who says,
Hi, Jenny and Zoe. A change of stations, Black 5 45212 at Lostock Gralham in Cheshire. 1st of March 2025, 5 years since a steam train ran on these metals. A few people were out to see the site. So, which one's mine?
That one there. I put mine purposefully away from you, so you've got.
You're not desperately trying to get me to drink your backwash here, are you?
No.
backwash. Bon appetit. Here we go. So this is from Richard Swiderski, a Black 5. There's been a lot of comments about Black 5s recently online, hasn't there?
How's that? James
People
Pets,
don't seem to
stop
like
it. Stop it.
Here
There's
we
a
go.
recession coming. Stop it.
Oh, look at that. It looks real. That smoke generator is brilliant.
Beep, 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 beep.
Richard Swiderski's got amazing, realistic-looking layouts here.
I'm wondering, was that originally quite a wide railway? Because that bridge looks like there should be 2 more tracks to the right that have long since gone.
It does, doesn't it?
It's very nice.
What accent was that?
Very nice.
Oh,
I like.
that sounds a bit. Get a bit. No.
Get down there, love. You're white. You can ring off. It's lovely. Please.
I can't help thinking that every time I see those boards on the front, it just feels an awful lot like it's just going to say the Monday Club.
And now we're just getting a look at the brickwork on that. Whoa.
Oh, that's brilliantly done. Looks real.
Look at the clag. Oh, get a lung full of that.
Is it clag when it comes on a steam engine? I thought clag was
because because they have a thing they call a clag bomb, which is basically a Coca-Cola bottle filled with used engine oil, and they chuck it into the firebox, and then the smoke that comes out is horrible, thick and black, and all the enthusiasts start hanging out the window going, "Hellfire!"
Oh, this is brilliant. Raymond Legg says, the 2002 Jean-Claude Van Damme movie Derailed used 1:87 and G-scale miniatures for its train effects, and you can tell. I love it.
Thomas the Tank Engine with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
These are really sharp stills you're getting from the video.
They are fantastic.
Yeah, no blur at all. It's really quite good.
Grey smoke means coal isn't burning properly.
I thought grey smoke means there's a lot of steam in the exhaust.
Just means you put some dye into the oil.
Black smoke
in your
means
smoke
the
generator.
coal isn't burning cleanly.
What about pink smoke? What's that mean?
It means you've put something on that burns
What
pink.
about when there's smoke on the water?
It's fire in the sky.
Smoke on the water.
Some stupid with a flare gun burned the whole place to the ground.
Ladies and gentlemen, the
Sarah Day.
band.
Shaky hands, shed model railway says, "Oh, the Pope was elected."
Yep, white smoke means there's a Pope.
Pope Express.
As for, it's funny that every time a car is about to expire because of a blown head gasket, they elect a new
That's
Pope. No, it's just come out of a box somewhere.
Speaking of boxes, I should bring up the collection from last time we were at an event, because we still haven't opened most of the boxes that are home.
Well, just FYI, it is 4 minutes to 9.
Is
Where
it?
is that? Yeah, where is that?
Oh my goodness.
My word. Anyway, come on, one more.
One more. We've got a message from Mark Wilkes. He says, "Hi, hope you're all doing well. That darn wizard isn't stealing too many cookies."
Oh, there was quite
Finally
a few
got-
people who were late, and as Gandalf was downstairs with you guarding biscuits, Gandalf.
Your finger exploded, Jen.
Craig, I would not drink that. There's a piece of Jenny's finger in it.
Frank's sake.
It's one. This
I
is
need
why
a new-
live TV cannot be beaten.
Thing is, you're going to now get a random short circuit on your layout.
I don't know. Well, can
That
I just say?
exploded everywhere.
Can I just say? I need a new finger.
How
Give
many
me.
fingers is this stream broken?
And I think this is now the third broken.
The finger's in the other hand now.
Oh, come here, give it.
Monday Club Hour is never late to the wagons, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to. You can't
Gandalf, what a thin metal arm you have.
It's
stop.
good for prodding the biscuits.
Big finger. That's going to get knocked over.
I think, unfortunately, the finger has.
It is an X finger.
Yes,
It is. It will prod no more.
You fingered your last beam.
Ow! Oh, well, this
Can I have that for the bike? Thank you.
You're going to stick it on your area.
I'm going to stick it somewhere.
So the last one we got.
I'm not some football fingers, but a really small one.
Can I just say, actually, I really fancy getting one of those and sticking it on the power aerial on the Volvo. So every time I turn the radio on,
Oh,
the
thank
finger
you,
just
Andrew
goes,
Bettis.
"Woo!"
Thank you.
Oh,
so
thank you
much.
so much, Andrew Bettis. Very, very kindly donated $4.99 on the super chat. It says for the finger fund.
So anyway, we got a message from Mark Wilkes. He says, I've finally got round to working on the town scene and have raised up the canopy so the windows are just above the bridge, ready to install lights on the canopy.
Careful where you're sticking that.
Okay, let's have a look at what he's got here. Can you press the button? Ooh.
Hit the lever.
Okay. First of all, that's nice.
Oh, that works really
That's a
well.
really
Okay,
well
from
done
that.
scene. Yeah,
That's good, yeah.
That's really cool.
that is impressive.
Roopster's Trains and Travel
like
says
that a lot.
tonight's stream has been way too funny.
Funny
Anyone else
how
thinking-
funny.
If you've really enjoyed
Yes,
tonight's
one then the
stream,
other.
Yes.
if you've really enjoyed tonight's stream, then do
Oh.
consider purchasing one or more of the Monday Club wagons. Flyby Chair 1 has very
We need to
kindly
get rid of 'em.
posted quite a few times the links. If you haven't already got one, then do consider supporting the Monday Club wagon scheme. We're looking to order the next one, hopefully to be in time. What the heck? Hopefully to be in time for Christmas. Richard Brighton says,
Craig, check your phone and show what's he done.
Don't forget, guys, you can donate to my channel as well if you want. I promise to spend every single penny on kebabs.
I see a TARDIS. Can you see a
I don't know what he
TARDIS?
sent me.
can I just say, Richard
You
Brighton,
see a TARDIS.
what's
He's
this?
bought you a set of fingers.
Oh, this is
Oh,
really
see?
nice.
I always
Mark,
knew
this is
Richard
brilliant.
Brighton wanted to finger you, and now he has.
Oh, right. So
Yeah, well, he
can we
has,
keep
look.
it PG, please?
He has.
Thank you.
We are-
Can we keep it
Can
PG?
we just say we are now technically after the 9 o'clock
Yes,
water
we
show?
are.
Yes.
Bum! Fart! Poo!
Protrusion.
What are you?
The doctor keeps harassing this one bus.
That, I wouldn't want to be a passenger on that bus.
This
This,
is really
actually
well done.
works
I like
really
that.
well as
the
a back
block
scene.
of flats with the garages underneath
Yeah,
it. What's
yeah.
missing from that, in my humble opinion, is some graffiti and some horrible youths smoking substances and drinking
Yes.
beer.
Or
Some
one of the
youths.
garages being open and Del Boy going through his stash of cheap Chinese knockoff crap.
Or the guy from Minder down the lockup.
Yeah.
You want to buy cheap TV?
Thank you so much for sending those in, Mark. Thank you.
Thank you
want
so
to
was
much.
buy
good.
stereo? Oh.
Are you finished?
Oh. Probably.
Stop it! Stop it!
It's after 9 o'clock. I can do what I want.
No,
So,
you can't.
don't
They're
forget-
all- See, this is what the problem is with YouTubers.
Yeah. Can I also just say, low stock warning on... I don't know why I'm showing the blue badge. Oh, look, I've got a blue badge.
But
That's the
parking.
hero shot.
The Monday Club badges, they access amazing in-person discounts. We always say, support the retailers that support your hobby. And we got a low stock warning. We're down to about 25 of those. And, excuse me, if you are interested in a Monday Club wagon, then do get those bought. We want to get those cleared so we can start
Yeah.
work
We
on
can't do
the
another
next
one until these are gone.
Yeah, because we need the money back. We need the float back so we can.
But
pay.
that's it. That's it. A lot of people think because you're a popular YouTuber that we're making money hand over
These
fist.
things just turn up out of nowhere, out of the goodness of manufacturers'
Yeah,
hearts.
the fact is that we don't make a profit on this stuff.
No,
So
we
every-
don't. We've got a
every
float of
time-
money, and it just kind of gets recycled
Yeah.
backwards and forwards.
Every time we
So-
sell out, we then go and buy the next set.
Every time we sell out.
Yeah.
Whereas the trolls say, "Oh, you've already sold out. Oh, look at you with all your free stuff."
Yeah, it didn't work. Like
No,
that.
Les, people starting to head out now. Take care,
Right,
mate.
guys,
See you
look.
next week.
Take
We've
care,
got
everybody.
One thing to do. We've got a message from our sponsors, and then we're going to have to finish off with our answer, aren't we?
Our answer. Oh yeah.
To today's questions.
The Monday Club is proudly sponsored by TMC, the Model Centre. Check them out at themodelcentre.com. The website features extensive stocks of new models as well as selective pre-owned items where you can track down that bargain you've always wanted. Pre-order with confidence all of the forthcoming models from all the manufacturers. TMC also offer a renumbering and renaming service so you can get the exact identity of locomotive that you want. Why not also check out their value weathering, or go for something incredibly special with their bespoke service where you can choose from a more extensive weathered look right through to custom graffiti either off the peg or to a design of your choice. Check out TMC today at themodelcentre.com and start your model journey.
So thank you so much to TMC, the Model Centre, for sponsoring the show and keeping us on the right track.
Didn't work very well, but at least they tried. So it's been great having your company. Big hello, 3B Rail, Ben Tullett, Anthony Wall, Trevor's TT Train, Stevie Film, Micah Putnam Junction, Caroline Rogers. Loads of names in. RG Models 86. I personally think as YouTubers, we do more good than harm to the hobby.
To be honest with you, I'm going to say that is the perfect summary. Some people do harm, some people do good, but the ones that do harm usually don't mean it.
Yeah, and I think that most people are genuine.
Yeah.
And it's not about clickbaiting, it's not about sensationalizing, it's just about celebrating everything that's great about the best hobby in the world.
And boobs.
Antique fake nose collecting. I thought we were talking about model trains.
Anywho, I'm going to cover
My brain is quickly just gone. What can I stick together as a three-word phrase to say as a hobby?
Right, anywho, look, you guys take great care of yourself. Happy modelling. Bye for now.
Oh my god, she's off.
The train now departing is the 2105 service to Packham on the Back, stopping at Butts Farting, Huggleton on the Hill. That unnamed loud that Jen said had a name, it turned out it didn't have a name.
Little wafting.
Foxton on file, Little Wafting. Butts Farting again. Bolton Trinity Road, Minith Tatis, Tatis Newydd. All change in 3 cocks for Lord Hereford's knob. Pittsburgh, somehow, Eindhoven, and then on to Packham on the Back. That's the 2105 service to Packham on the Back.
Sorry.
If you go up to the loft today, you're sure of a big surprise. If you go up to the loft today, you'll never believe your eyes. For every train there ever was has gathered there together because today's the day that Jenny does
The Monday Club.
Oh,
Monday
nice.
Club. What are you doing? Are you nutting the ceiling?
The spotlight is now attached to Craig.
What? Oh, what the hell? Kevin, it's mains. It's mains power. Don't mess about with it.
I didn't mean to mess about with it. It hit me. It wasn't intentional.
It hit him with a rhythm stick.
I stood up.
The entire place has fallen apart. Guys, you should be so happy you can't see this.
It hit me on the head.
How do you do these things?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
I don't know.
Oh, I forgot Richard Brighton's unit. Hang on. I need to put Richard Brighton's unit in my hands. Where does it go? In fact, you might be better off slipping Richard Brighton's unit down the ladder to me.
Yeah, give me a moment. I'm just trying to fix the damage you
I'll
caused.
just set up for Game Hammer. See ya.
Yeah. You have fun.
Oh my goodness.
The abject chaos.
Yeah, how? I've never known anybody break the lights out of the...
I am quite clumsy, has to be said. It's not intentional.
just this sort of shit happens everywhere you go.
It's done with love.
There, I think I fixed it.
Love and teacups.
Hey, what the hell? Right, anyway. Are we off?
Hey? I don't know.
Oh, no.
Don't forget Richard Brighton's unit.
Take care, everyone. See you later.